Hello. Okay, so I'm really bad at how to start videos, so we're just gonna start. And it's like, yeah, we're just gonna start. And it's also saying, yeah, I'm really bad at videos. So I'm working with the Black Hat Tarot deck. Not that you guys care. Do they care? No, most people don't care. But I've pulled 3 cards, and it's like, yes, 3 cards. I pulled 3 cards for the rest of March. Now, I'm going to do it at the beginning of the month from now on, and then you can find them here at magicallymessy.com. Oh, but for right now, this is, 3 general messages that are coming up for the rest of March. So, do I need to say anything else before I start? Should I just start? Says I should just start. I think I should too. Okay, so the first card that came up was the Chariot card. And if you're familiar with tarot, you know that every card has a number of different interpretations. But this particular interpretation is coming in having to do with self-control. So in general, if you don't know anything about the Chariot, it has to do with the forward, or it's not even necessarily always forward. It has to do with the motion in which you're getting through life and you're accomplishing your goals, spiritual evolution. It pretty much just has to do with the rate or the pace in which you're getting where you're going. So the Chariot in this particular time is pretty much giving messages about restraint and self-control for the rest of March. It's really important for some reason that you practice self-control and restraint. It's also saying that if you've gotten advice from an elder or a parental figure in your life, or somebody that you look up to, which is why I say elder, or somebody that's a crone of sorts, and if you've gotten advice from this person, really take heed to that advice. Don't deviate from the plan. Make sure you stay steadfast. Did I say anything wrong? And it's like, no. See how I changed directions? So make sure that you're staying steadfast and operating really mentally on discipline. So also, some of the areas that it's kind of feeling like you're going to have to orchestrate some self-control financially, sexually. There's something else. The people you spend your time around. And pretty much anything that could serve as a distraction to you personally. And everybody's distractions are very different. For me, one of mine is my cell phone. Recording on it. For me, one of mine is my cell phone. So you know what your trigger is. You know what you're easily distracted by. And you know what knocks you off your path. So the rest of March is really a time of self-control, restraint. No cut cards. Do I need to say anything else about this card? It's like, no. We're moving on. The next 2 cards are cup cards. They both came out with cup cards. So having a lot of focus on our emotional well-being. So the first card that came up is the 4 of Cups. And as I said, every card has a loaded amount of meanings. But specifically what I'm feeling from this card is it's not a time for you to take everything personally. And it's super not a time to be so submerged in the ego or the ideas of yourself that you tend to overlook what other people have told you or what other advice that other people have given you. Does that kind of go off from the first card? Yeah. Okay. So there are other opinions being thrown your way, but there are some opportunities that you could be neglecting to consider or neglecting to look at because you're so self-absorbed in the ideas that you have for the way you think things are supposed to be. But you're also very defensive right now. Just avoid being defensive, avoid taking things personally. Make sure you check your ego and make sure that you keep your mind open to any and all possibilities, because it's really a great chance that some other people's opinions and advice and, opening paths for you that could be really great for you, but you're neglecting to see how good they could possibly be for you because it's not coming in the package that you thought it was. And it's kind of like this whole know-it-all attitude thing, which I totally have. Don't feel bad about it because I have the know-it-all attitude thing. But just make sure that you're putting that in its proper place and analyzing and looking at all of your opportunities, avenues, and relationships from an unbiased standpoint, because you could very well miss an opportunity pretty much being defensive, self-inflated, and, you know, that's all I can really say. Defensive, self-inflated, and full of yourself. Full of yourself. Yeah, so avoid being full of yourself. Do I need to say anything else about this card? Should I elaborate? No. Keep going. Okay, so the last card that's coming up, and I love these because the forecasts are fairly fucking fast. So the last card that's coming up, again, is another cup card, and this definitely has to do with emotional, and it's the Two of Cups. So Two of Cups usually has to do with couples or pairs. It doesn't necessarily always have to be romantic. A lot of the times it is romantic, and a part of it is romantic, but it's just analyzing right now the relationships in your life, the people that you're really close to, the couple-y pairs, you know, the best friends, the mother-daughter relationships, the father-son or the daughter-son relationships. Just these really close two-paired relationships that are going on. This is like a message for the really close two-paired relationships in your life. So it's pretty much saying that you're so, I will paraphrase because I like to paraphrase to keep it catchy. You're so up each other's asses that you cannot develop as individuals. And you need to take some time from smothering one another to develop and to grow outside of each other. And it's not saying break up. No, it's not saying break up. It's not saying take a break. It's literally just saying, remember that you are an autonomous person. Remember that you are an individual in a relationship. And although that you may be sharing the space together, like I said, this has to do with any couple-y type of relationship, somebody that you're specifically very close to at this time. But just make sure that you guys are not so close that there is no space for you to continue to have your own individual orbits. If you guys are like this, there's no space between you to have your own individual lives, your own individual orbits, your own individual interests, and your own personal developments. And right now, it's really important, and it's going really crazy right now. It's really important that you maintain your personal developments, especially towards the end of this month. So just make a little bit of space. It's not separation. It's not a breakup. It's not a, oh, I'm so done with you. It's just a literal like, hey, I think I'm going to do this thing. And, you know, I think you should go do your thing. And then we can meet back up and then talk about it later. And I think it also, again, goes to that first card. I really want to say that that was kind of like the thematic. Okay, so yeah. I think that was like the thematic card, the Chariot card, that it was pretty much talking about self-restraints and control and restrictions and not being distracted. And sometimes these coupley things can distract us from our own personal goals and how fast or slow we get to where we're supposed to be going. So personal relationships right now that are super clingy, super tight, and they could be like healthy and super clingy and super tight. But whatever those really tight relationships are in your life, make sure that there is space enough that you two can be individual people. Did I miss anything? Did I say anything wrong? Are we done? We're done. So check back April 1st. Even though it's April Fool's Day, I'm not going to fucking fool you. I hate April Fool's Day. For the next fairy forecast for the month. Tarot style. Bye.